Guten Morgen, meine liebe Klasse. Today we are going to talk about reflexive Verben. And so we have already tapped into this a little bit with accusative reflexive verbs back in Kapitel 4. We're going to add to that today, but we'll get into the usage with another video. This video is just teaching you the vocabulary, the pronunciation, and just the meanings of these reflexive verbs. And so one thing that I want you to notice right now is they all begin with a sich. And so that shows that you are doing the action to yourself. So just like we saw with sich fit halten and sich richtig ernähren with those reflexive verbs, we're going to see that sich again. You will also notice that these are all things that one does to oneself. Los geht's. Sich die Haare kämen. Sich die Haare kämen is to comb one's hair. An example sentence, kämmt sich die Haare. That's he combs his hair. Literally though, what you're saying is he combs for himself the hair. Hopefully you remember from previous notes that Germans never use possessive pronouns like my, your, his, her with body parts. It's always the with the body part. So that's why they include that reflexive sich to show that he's doing it to himself, his own hair that he's combing. So next, sich die Zähne putzen is to brush one's teeth. Sich die Zähne putzen. And so a sentence example, ich putze mir die Zähne. That's I brush my teeth. But literally what you're saying is I clean for myself the teeth. And so you say I clean the teeth and you're doing it for yourself. Sich waschen is to wash oneself. Sich waschen. And so to say I wash myself is simply ich wasche mich. Just like you would think. Sich die Hände waschen is to wash one's hands. Sich die Hände waschen. So an example, ich wasche mir die Hände is I wash my hands, but literally what you're saying is I wash for myself the hands. Ich wasche mir die Hände. Sich rasieren is to shave oneself. Sich rasieren. Rasierst du dich? As an example, do you shave yourself? Rasierst du dich? Sich den Hals rasieren. That would be to shave one's neck. So we're getting a specific body part here. Sich den Hals rasieren. An example sentence, rasierst du dir den Hals? So, do you shave your neck? But literally what you're asking is, do you shave for yourself the neck? Sich duschen is to take a shower or to shower oneself. Sich duschen. So ich dusche mich is I take a shower, or really what you're saying is I shower myself. Sich baden is to bathe oneself. Sich baden. Sie badet sich is she bathes herself. Sich anziehen is to dress oneself or to put clothes on oneself. Sich anziehen. So we've seen anziehen before. This is just showing you that it can also be used reflexively. So ich ziehe mich an, I dress myself. Like your whole self, yourself in general. Ich ziehe mich an. But when you get a specific clothing item, ich ziehe mir die Socken an. I'm putting my socks on. But really what you're saying is, I'm putting on socks for myself. So die Socken is our direct object. So then mir has to become the indirect object or dative reflexive pronoun. Sich schminken is to put makeup on oneself. Sich schminken. And so du schminkst dich. You put makeup on yourself. So notice that's accusative because you're not talking about a specific body part. You're just talking about yourself in general. So dich is the direct object. You put makeup on what? Yourself. Du schminkst dir die Augen. So notice we mentioned a body part here. You're putting makeup on what? The eyes. And so then yourself has to become the indirect object. We can't have more than one direct object in a sentence. And so du schminkst dir die Augen is like saying you put makeup on the eyes for yourself. So here's a list of all of those reflexive verbs we just learned with their past participles. If we want to use them in past tense, they do all go with haben in the past tense. And so in addition, there is a Quizlet that's going to be linked in the description where you can study these.